received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Have we now? Well, let's bring him up on screen.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I'm not dripping. No, I've been feeling a little lightheaded. I can slow down time, by the way. Is that normal?
Oh, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
No.
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Gotcha. Fine. I'll go ahead and have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Great. Oh, yeah. I'll... Do you want to explain what that is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Okay. You mentioned it has limitations. You should probably know about the limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
Okay.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it does. Can I just steal a uniform or something? No, I mean the uses of this sort of device is obvious. I mean, it's a lot easier, and you would have to, knock out a guard in the first place and take his uniform and dress in it. And no, the use of this is obvious. So yeah, I'll put it to good use. Thank you.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Okay, I will. Thank you. Got it. Oh, we're in space. Look at this. Oh, that's pretty cool. Right. Okay, that's the nav terminal. It seems like Pavanti, whatever her name is, she went into... Oh, I can now store things here. Okay, good. She went off to see the... Oh, this is the airlock, right? Yeah. to see the engine room. Hello, she's just chilling. Hey, Parvati, how are you doing?
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now.
Good,
I
good.
was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
It is. It's very cozy. Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed. What do you think of the ship? Yeah, what do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Well, maybe we can do something about that.
Particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation. Apparently Ada is the one who actually flies the ship. How about you not invite yourself? No, apparently Ada is the one that actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
What do you think, Parvati? Is it safe to fly now that we got the regulator? Ada Parvati will be fixing you from now on. I expect your full cooperation. No, what do you think? Is it safe to fly?
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when we talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I really do not see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd.
Oh.
It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you're actually good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Okay. Break time's over, I guess. I'll talk to you later. Right, okay, let's inspect the ship now that everything should hopefully be unsealed. See what's this, for example. Yes! Ooh.
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Oh, is this my cabin? That makes sense. This has a nice view. A very nice view. Window could be cleaner. So that's definitely something I need to look into. Oh, that's the holographic shroud. Okay. There's a terminal here. Oh, a checkers thing. Ah, and a bin. Okay, so this is probably where I should actually store my stuff. Yeah, this is beautiful. It's a nice looking planet. Atmosphere looks a little hazy, but it's hard to say if that's the atmosphere, if that's the dirt on the window. I really gotta have that cleaned. I really do. Okay, so let's have a look at the terminal first. Logs. Log entry number 1, titled Shrink Ray. Note to self, remember this later. No better, Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own 2 eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wales' lab. Just sitting there for the taking. If the grey hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of another scientist who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fella wonder if there's more to the rumors. More to be had. Hammer power. Last time I got slashed, I mean not imbibing at the Lost Hope and the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seemed like an okay fellow. Was free. Oh, he just handed them out free. Okay, that was an odd phrase. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardits yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like, none of us have heard that one before, but here is the good part. The Mardit said that the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat sure fits the bill. It would be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of Labyrinth of Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he wouldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I asked? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself and mine. What's not to respect in that? Oh, well, see really no problem with that, Alex. It's probably a good thing that we smashed him. Alright, let's start at the send messages. To you, Bedford. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Last Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Okay. So at least he doesn't betray his employer, I guess. Or betrayed. So, archived. From you, Bedford. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touch down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Your best friend, Udom. Oh, that's the... Okay, that's the bartender or something? No, it's not a bartender. I mean, he could be giving drinks freely, quote-unquote, by just buying round after round. Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent bearing would know it's unforgivable rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Please respond. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, I'm thinking I'm reading this in the wrong order. I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Aha, just like your ship. Ha! Haha, I see what he did there. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wales fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, Wingman. Hey Alex, oh dear Alex, hello, Udom here, Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me. And I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space. Okay, that makes a weird sort of sense. Please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on. That's kind of cool, actually. Alright. Acquire Wells science weapon. Okay. Pick that thing up. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, providing you have the correct ID cartridges for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Okay. That's a lot of XP. Oh, I think I leveled up. Cool. Yeah, let's keep looking at the ship. I'll do all the other stuff later. Puffball plant. So like the spores of the puffball cast in the winds and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. Adelaide. Oh, okay, I got that because I helped them. Still doesn't make me feel better about it. But okay, that's what it is. Sam, hi. No response from the auto mechanical unit. Serial number etched in the chassis includes the letters Sam. Alright, so we didn't get Jeremy, but we got a Sam. So what's this? Oh, that's Papati's father. A stern older man with warm eyes. Oh, this is her room. Okay, I should really not snoop in her room. Oh, that's a book. I want to know what it is. This book is heavily dog-eared and doodles in the margins. The modern steel wrench in you. Okay. Alright, this is really none of my business. And then I guess this is Max's room. Index of Banned Literature. Part 1. Various qualifying considerations. Part 2. Principal rules of restrictive management. Part 3. Morals and maxims of banning unethical literature. Part 4. Proof of the Grand Architect and Predestination. A refutation of the titles listed herewithin. Part 5. Consequences, the mind and the will of man will when led astray. Part 6. Official list of banned titles. Part 7. Prerequisites for advancing the investigation, outing, and penalizing of offenders. Alright, so he is very much into banned books. I do want to know what the books... Oh, hi, Max. Hi, how are you?
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged.
Sorry,
What's occupying your
didn't even
thoughts?
see you there. I'd like to know about those who I'm flying with. What's your story? Tell me again about that book we picked up in French. What are your thoughts on the philosophists? Any idea where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony? We're on a ship. No, I don't want him off the ship. I'd like to know more about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
I see. Why are you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But when they proud when you became a vicar?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
What's this plan you keep talking about? I've been away a bit, right? So I don't know.
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Tell me again about the book we picked up in French.
Baconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Any ideas where we can find a person who speaks French in this or any other colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
I'm thinking with this colony, they mean the system, not just this planet. Sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker? No, I don't really care, actually. He's free to have a hobby. How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? Well, probably he signed up as a crew member.
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Thank you, Captain.
Okay. So, you don't mind if I look at your books, right? I mean, no, I don't care. What's this? The Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. The scribblings on these journal pages are utterly intelligible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. Oh, this is his diary. All right, no, we're not going to look at his diary. This is... What is this? This is an unoccupied bunk. Okay. And so is this. And so is this. So we have some room for more crew members. That's good. This is the galley. This looks very uncomfortable, actually. But no, this is pretty nice. I would have preferred a table of wood. Maybe a carpet on the floor. Some floral paintings. And one of those nice lamps that have that sort of shade on top of it, so that the light is diffused and indirect. And it's also there should be a skylight in here. But otherwise, it's a good start. Let's see. Oh, there's another door here. Oh, okay. Yes, the lavatory. Let's see, is there anything else? That's the engine room. Ah, okay.
There is an increased amount of methane in the ship's air scrubbers.
So basically someone farted. Great. Yeah, you just do your job. I don't want to disturb you. Good, good. I think that's pretty much all, isn't it? I think that's it. I don't think there are any more rooms that were sealed before. Let's talk to Ada real quick. See if she's got anything else to say.
Welcome back, Captain.
Thank you, Ada.
How can I be of assistance?
Oh, you tell me. Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust and Janice Chlorasid? I'm in the mood for some entertainment. Got a minute to talk. No, let's ask about Sam first. Yeah, do you know anything about the robot?
The unit is a cleaning SAM.
Ah.
Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. But I've never seen it up and running.
Okay.
Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate.
Okay. I thought I looked at everything, but I may have missed something. I'm in the mood for some entertainment. What have you got?
Certainly, Captain.
Please, no disco.
What would you like to hear?
No disco. Tell me a joke.
How do linear algebraists settle arguments about matrix transposes? With a duel.
Okay. Play my favorite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
That's...
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
not my favorite song. Thank you.
My pleasure, Captain.
Alright, that's enough.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
That was a bit passive-aggressive, wasn't it? I'd learn to know more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Terra 2, please. Let's start there, because that's where we just were.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say, a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
Or someone shutting down the power, right? Oh, I can actually... How do you think... What do you think about the townspeople?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
I'm sure about that. How has Edgewater been faring since we left it?
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, see, finally, someone else who likes it. Okay. I wanted to ask about something else.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Since we're going probably to the Groundbreaker, let's ask about the Groundbreaker. I'm assuming that's a space station or something? I don't know. What's the Groundbreaker?
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
As well they should. I mean, regulations exist for a reason. You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Good girl. Thanks. Great.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
The second option, do it without the lip. No, I actually like the lip. Give me the spiel on the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with station representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Excellent. Good. Let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
Got a minute to talk.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
What about the heat death of the universe? What if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
And yeah, I'll just... No, what would that be?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Good, yeah. What about your last captain? Or do you miss him? Or is one captain the same as another? No, I am... Yeah. No, is one captain the same as the other?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been other captains on this ship? We both know I'm not Hawthorne, right? No, let's not bring that up. Have there been other captains on this ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
No, actually, I think we're done. Talk to you later, Ada.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I like her. She's a very friendly AI or simulation of an AI, whatever. Okay, I think that's about it. So I now have two things to do, and that's A, I need to level up, which we're going to do in a second, and then I need to store some of my stuff, sort through my inventory, that sort of thing. But yeah, let's level up first. So we got 10 points. I've noticed that my speech skills are a little low. The intimidation didn't work a couple times. So I'm kind of interested in actually improving that. I think we do okay on the fighting for now. Don't really care about melee still. Tech is fine, and we have a hacker and an engineer with us, so you know, would like to improve that. But no, I think dialogue skills is where it's at now. I'm gonna go 30 on intimidate, because I think that was what the goons in Edgewater would have needed. That means I have 2 points left. I'm thinking we could invest that in that, or in this, or in leadership. That might not be a bad idea. Or just in fighting. I'm gonna invest it in leadership. Combat gains 20% armor rating. Companion gets critical damage. Yeah, let's slowly up this. And I get a perk. No. We need to apply first. It could have asked me, do you really want to keep your points? But hey, whatever. Okay, I get another point, a perk point. Now I still need to do this 2 more times because we need 5 and then probably 10 previous perks. Okay, so okay, got it. So I need to pick 2 more perks here. More health, that could be very useful. I don't really care about prices that much. Damage when alone. No, I will always have a friend with me, hopefully. Don't care about fast travel, because I don't use that. Tactical Time Dialtion, recharge rate. That could be really useful. Walking speed could be really useful. Weapons, armor, durability loss. It hasn't been a problem. Companion crit chance. Base armor. And ammo and consumables. No, okay. Since I use the TTD thing a lot, I'm gonna go with this. And then after that, I'm gonna make my companions better. I could also get walk speed if you know, travel times become a problem. But I don't think this is really needed that much. Yeah. I can't seem to... Well, maybe there's... oh yeah, there's more carrying capacity here. Alright, so let's go for the time dilation thing here. So I like that. And I can always respec, right? So...
I so enjoy watching you sleep for hours on end, Captain. It's quite entertaining the way you drool and whimper.
Okay, glad you're having fun. Mental note, buy curtains.